Have you ever wondered why some shots just stick in your brain forever, kind of like a cinematic tattoo? Today we're figuring out what makes a shot super iconic. And no, it's not fancy cameras or fancy lighting, but it does play a part, so let's dive in. So before I go full film nerd on you, what I mean by iconic is that it's bigger than the movie itself. If you've ever heard the term, "Here's Johnny," you can probably put a picture to that movie even though you've never seen it. Or if you ever heard, "Luke, I am your father," you probably know what movie I'm talking about. There are certain shots that are just burned into pop culture. Once it's a meme or a joke online, you know that shot made it. But why do some shots stick with you so much? Well, I think it's a thing called cinematic language. When you see a shot that's powerful, it probably is starting with a really good composition. All composition is the shot, the angles, and the framing of a shot to make it look appealing to the eye. Where do your eyes linger when you see this shot? Or when you see this shot? Good composition doesn't just frame the shot, but it pushes your eyes towards what the director wants you to see. Good composition can be achieved through the rule of thirds, leading lines, placing the head in the good spot, stuff like that. So now that composition's out of the way, let's go to part 2, which is mood. Mood is the way you feel when you see a shot. Have you ever noticed that horror movies have the really weird coloring, the yellow, the blue, the red, and a shit ton of shadows and really dark lighting? It's because our brains link coldness and blues to loneliness, blacks to death, reds to anger, and then warm golden tones kind of give that nostalgia, that comfort, like La La Land or Call Me By Your Name. Lighting can also make the mood. For example, if you've ever seen Paranormal Activity, the bizarre lighting that's super realistic is meant to freak you the f out. So now that we have the composition set and the mood set, let's go to the third thing, which is movement. This is how directors let the camera tell the story. For example, in Goodfellas, the really long tracking shot in the kitchen is a choice that Scorsese chose to do because it kind of lingers with you because it's such an interesting film. Same thing with the movie in 1917, which is pretty much one massive tracking shot. Movement is a thing that makes all scenes special, but so is lack of movement. The best directors and the best editors will wait for a really dynamic part of a movie, and then after that dynamic part, put a nice calm scene, a really static shot, and then boom, another dynamic shot. Kind of like a movement sandwich. So now that we have the right composition, the right mood, and the right movement, the last thing we need is timing. Sometimes a shot isn't about what you see, but it's when you see it. I think a movie that does these really legendary scenes very well is The New Joker. The whole movie is like this awkward pause in between really well-delivered lines.
How about another joke, Murray?
No, I think we've had enough of your jokes.
And that's why that movie has so much legendary parts to it. Spielberg doesn't show you too much T-Rex and doesn't show you too much Jaws. He kind of waits for the right time and does a little snippet, and then boom, it's on to the next. Timing is really about the intangible ability to put something at the exact right moment. And when you combine great composition, the right mood, the right movement at the right time, well, you can get some pretty cool scenes. So the next time you're watching a movie and the shot just hits, think about what's actually making the shot so great. And let me know what movies you want me to cover next. And of course, thank you for watching, guys. Until next time.